In 2026, the financial threats targeting seniors have escalated. We are no longer dealing with simple phone tricks or clumsy physical theft. Today's schemes operate in plain sight, moving fast enough to clear an account in a single afternoon. The situation has become severe enough that the American Bankers Association and the FDIC are bypassing standard tips and issuing formal, direct warnings to retirees across the country. For decades, visiting a brick-and-mortar branch or using a physical ATM was the gold standard for secure banking. Predators have adapted to that trust, weaving high-tech data capture into the very machines and lobbies people rely on. Success in these attacks depends on victims sticking to obsolete banking habits. If those habits aren't updated, the financial loss occurs before the victim even suspects a crime is in progress. Consider a routine trip to the ATM. Imagine a retiree, Eleanor, inserting her card, entering her PIN, and requesting her usual cash withdrawal. The machine beeps, the screen confirms the transaction is complete, but no cash appears. This diagram shows the mechanism of a cash trap. A criminal has inserted a false front over the dispenser slot that catches the bills as they are pushed out. The machine registers a successful withdrawal, and when Eleanor walks away to find help, the thief simply removes the device and the cash Eleanor never saw. While the trap takes the cash, a device called a shimmer takes the data. Unlike older, bulky skimmers, a shimmer is thin enough to fit entirely inside the card slot. It reads the card's chip directly, capturing every piece of information required to clone the card in under 3 seconds. To defeat this, the ABA has issued a new rule. If an ATM fails to dispense your cash, do not leave the machine. Stay at that exact location and call your bank immediately to flag the transaction while you are still standing there. The physical threat is complemented by hidden surveillance. Microscopic cameras are now being disguised as ATM fixtures, while predators posing as helpful bystanders wait nearby to watch you enter your credentials. Protecting your account requires one mandatory habit. You must physically cover the keypad with your hand every single time you enter a PIN, regardless of whether you believe you are alone. The physical perimeter of an ATM is now an active zone of exploitation. In this environment, assuming you have privacy is the quickest path to a drained account. Entering the bank branch itself provides a powerful sense of security. Take Robert, who is inside the lobby speaking with a polite employee. Because he is on bank property, his guard is naturally lower. Robert needs technical help, so he unlocks his phone, opens his banking app, and hands it to the employee. Banks are now warning that an unlocked phone with an open app provides direct, authenticated access to every fund and security setting you own. In just 30 seconds of physical access, a bad actor can add their own device as a trusted contact or install remote access software. This gives them the ability to move money or monitor your activity long after you've left branch. This pressure also exists in the paperwork. Seniors are often presented with complex documents and encouraged to sign quickly to keep things moving. This haste can result in unwitting consent for high-interest credit lines or the sharing of sensitive financial data with third parties. Federal protection rules state that you have the absolute right to slow down the process. You are entitled to read every line before signing, and no legitimate bank can require you to authorize terms you do not fully understand. Within the lobby, default politeness is a vulnerability. Maintaining a firm, inquisitive stance is the necessary baseline for keeping your account secure. The most dangerous scheme of 2026 bypasses bank security entirely by using psychological warfare. Arthur receives a high-pressure call from someone claiming to be with the IRS or Social Security, using his actual financial details to sound official. The caller convinces Arthur that his identity has been compromised and his bank accounts are about to be frozen. They tell him the only way to save his money is to withdraw it immediately and move it to a secure government locker. Following their urgent instructions, Arthur withdraws his life savings in cash and drives to a local grocery store. There, he is directed to feed that cash into a cryptocurrency ATM. This chart shows why the money cannot be recovered. Traditional bank transfers have oversight and can often be reversed. But once cash enters a crypto kiosk, it is instantly converted into digital tokens and sent to an anonymous, decentralized network. At that moment, the money becomes untraceable. To defeat this, you must remember one fact. No government agency, including the IRS or Social Security, will ever instruct a citizen to move their funds into cryptocurrency. By creating a state of emergency, this scam turns the victim into the active participant in their own robbery, bypassing every technical firewall the bank has built. To counter these psychological tactics, banks are promoting a structural fail-safe called a trusted contact system. This is an authorization form that adds a layer of human oversight to your account. A trusted contact cannot see your balance or move your money. Their only role is to act as an emergency point of contact if the bank detects unusual activity, like a sudden, massive cash withdrawal that suggests fraud is occurring. Navigating the threats of 2026 requires a shift in behavior. Stay at the ATM if it fails. Cover your PIN every time. Keep your phone in your own hands, and never, under any circumstances, move cash to a crypto kiosk. These scams rely on isolating the victim. Break that isolation by discussing these specific threats with your family, ensuring that your Social Security and retirement funds remain protected. Modern financial security depends on updating our daily habits, shifting away from passive trust and toward active, informed defense.